艺术家 Eric Dever 1962年生于洛杉矶，目前工作并生活于纽约长岛。在40余年的职业生涯中，他一直在探索抽象绘画的可能性，展览足迹遍及纽约、巴黎、香港。作品被永久收藏于纽约帕里斯博物馆、亚特兰大可口可乐集团、法国奥德艺术文化中心等重要艺术机构与显赫私人收藏。本期视频带你走进我们的老朋友纽约著名画廊 Berry Campbell Gallery， 探索 Eric Dever 最新个展《繁花一瞬》，盘点收藏级艺术佳作。Hello, Christine. So lovely to see you again in this ocean of flowers.
So beautiful. Thank you for coming. We're always so glad to see you here at Berry Campbell.
So happy to see you too. In our last video, we visited your 9,000 square feet brand new space to explore the most comprehensive retrospective ever devoted to Elizabeth Osborne's art. And today I'm very happy to join you to see another beautiful exhibition and learn more about an important American artist, Eric Dever's art.
Eric Dever is wonderful, and thank you for coming to our big new gallery. Right now we have 2 gallery spaces. We're very proud of that. It allows us to have 2 exhibitions at once. Eric Dever is a wonderful contemporary artist that we work with. He's originally from Los Angeles. He moved to New York and studied at New York University. I think that's where you went to school.
Where I went.
Yes, he was at Steinhardt School.
Me too.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you know the school very well, and it's a very prestigious program, I will say. And after he graduated from painting, he got a job with I.M. Pei, the architect. And so he had great experience there, watching the drawings, watching what was happening in that wonderful studio. He lived in New York for many, many years, and then he moved to Long Island, Watermill, New York, which is near the Parrish Art Museum. And you can see he paints these glorious paintings.
Absolutely. I love this gorgeous diptych. I think the flower is also called agapanthus or African lilies.
Yes.
They're one of my favorite flowers. And this painting reminds me of Claude Monet's later paintings of water lilies in his garden in France.
Exactly. This is Eric Dever is painting in the tradition of Claude Monet and many artists who paint still lifes. Eric Dever sort of borders between abstraction and representation. This is a beautiful, soft way of painting. The agapanthus, you'll see in this exhibition, he paints a few times because they're so inspiring to him. He paints what is in his garden, so this is not imaginary. He designed, I think we can think about I.M. Pei with this too, he designed a beautiful garden. And so in that garden, the flowers are laid out, I would say, by color. It's a loose garden, but it's very beautiful. So the agapanthus are in his garden, and he's using them to paint sort of as his model.
Beautiful. And I also really love the artist's purposeful use of the raw linen surface as a compositional element.
I think this is amazing in this painting. So it's a diptych, and traditionally in art history, when you make a diptych or a triptych, I would say it's a very important painting. So we think of altarpieces in churches, and so an artist uses this device to make a larger painting, but it does also something to the sightline too. Leaving that raw, it's a linen, it's a Belgian linen that he's painting on. It's a beautiful, the brown is just this beautiful texture that you can see throughout this painting. I wish you could all see it in person. And then he goes on and layers this paint, and so you'll see the beautiful colors. So some areas are thickly painted and some areas are not painted at all.
So beautiful. Shall we explore some more flowers?
Please. And in this painting, Gail Levin actually talks about it in her essay. She's a fantastic biographer, an art historian that's written on Lee Krasner and many other great artists, Edward Hopper. And here she is talking about how he layers the paint. So he doesn't only use a paintbrush. He will paint on a particular material. It might be a piece of paper, it might be a piece of plastic. He layers the paint on and then will press that piece of material into this linen or canvas. And so it takes a long time. It's a very slow process, but it makes a very matte way of applying paint. And then he comes back in with a brush and almost loses some of that. Here it's just almost over-painted with this beautiful blue. So some areas you can see through to the raw linen, and then others are very thickly painted. It's a very important tradition. I know artists like Duchamp painted in this way.
It's such an elegant and peaceful painting.
Beautiful. So you can see that Eric Dever has many roses in his beautiful garden, and he'll paint yellow, pink, orange, purple. All of these have some sort of symbolic meaning. They reference characters and figures in art history, religious figures. This orange one he calls as a self-portrait.
Oh.
So the beautiful bright orange he sees himself in, which I think is just a beautiful way to do a self-portrait, very unique in this wonderful abstract way. Eric Dever recently was the artist in residence at the Warhol Foundation project in Montauk, New York, which is also on Long Island. It's very prestigious, and he worked on a group of paintings that were landscapes there. So he does these beautiful flowers, but he also does landscapes. He's also a wonderful teacher. He teaches at the Parish Art Museum. He's taught there for many, many years. He's beloved there. He is also in the permanent collection of the Parish Art Museum. It's wonderful. He has a great career, lots going on.
Yes, he's a very important artist. I think we always associate blooming flowers with life and time. And Dever's paintings remind me of a few lines in William Blake's poem, Auguries of Innocence. To see a world in a grain of sand, and heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of a hand, and eternity in an hour.
Oh my, that's wonderful. I think he would appreciate that very much. Thank you for
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
那我们今天的画廊私访就先到这里。如果你想要收藏视频中介绍的藏品，可以在视频下方找到我们的联系方式。如果你喜欢本期的视频，别忘了点赞、评论、收藏、转发。我们下期见啦！